Emily and Ursula are getting some of the birds up in the air now. We've got a skeletal crew for winter, but now at the end of February it's all got to start happening again. So they're starting to get the birds fit and airborne again, ready for experience days and our weekend displays. This is Molly, the Gyr hybrid falcon. Shout to say you're going to get it this time, whatever, you've tried hard. There we go. So little Henry here is ready to fly free, but we're waiting until the next couple of days of high winds dies down. We're in the woods and you can hear the treetops roaring. Not a good time to give your newly trained hawk its maiden voyage free. It can easily lose control and end up blown away. So winter's a time of year to fix stuff and to start and hopefully finish new projects for the coming summer. So the brilliant gardening trio have gravelled the car park area outside Icarus, re-gravelled the path. Yes, it doesn't match. You try getting several tons from Wickes's or anywhere that matches. Didn't have enough really to buy it by the lorry load. We've overpaid, we've bought it by the ton bag. It's come from several different places. It's okay, it's okay. It's not the end of the world like maybe if it was your driveway. It transitions as we go, but at least it's fresh gravel. The flying sign, I've just put that back up, reinstated it. That's the flying sign to the Arches field. It needs pressure washing off and re-oiling this year. But it was buried in the ground, it was concreted in, and it rotted off. It's took, 4 years I think, 4 or 5, blimey, probably 5 years, so not bad. It's now on a concrete spur, and that means it's not going to fall off anymore or rot anymore. So that's all done. The guttering, I've just put one of those hedgehog things in the guttering because the constant leaves at certain times of the year block it up quick. Interesting downpipe. Old buildings, sometimes you're mackling up. So it goes to a soakaway down here that's now sedimented up. God knows how many decades old it is. It can't take the runoff from the back rooms. So now the runoff goes down into the field there. So sometimes you're bodging, but for sure, if you don't keep up on the maintenance of an old vehicle or an old building or your garden, it quickly goes to pot. So it's getting dark. I'm getting out of here, but a few jobs done. So we've got some mild weather. We've got some wild primroses. There's lots of them around here. They're starting to grow, as are some of the snowdrops. Let's see if I can show you. Springing. It's not really spring, it's still January, but after that harsh cold snap, it's now between 10 and 15 degrees Celsius some days. Look at this. Snowdrops, the glimmer of hope that another spring is going to come along.
Well, you can come over.
Look at that. Two very different owls here at Icarus Falconry. Two very different women here from Icarus Falconry. He gets my jokes. Milky eagle owl, African spotted owl, it's shrunk. African white-faced owl, look at that. So where's that one going, Ursula?
We're gonna do some flying around in the classroom.
Oh, and what are you gonna do with that one?
We're gonna go in the field with this one.
Oh my goodness. They'll get away because he doesn't like me. Well, all the slow worms, common lizards and pool frogs reappear this spring. Fingers crossed they will.
So, Lily do it. Lily do it. Do it for the duckies, that's it.
They're not that hungry, are they?
Bomb, bomb, bomb. Raven, isn't it?
Don't touch it, don't touch it.
Oh dear.
That guy needs a bang on the head. There's one sickly old pigeon. I can't believe it can fly. Charming. Prime example of why feeding a lot of birds, especially water birds, in one place can lead to a big old wipeout when there's bird flu around. Probably hasn't got bird flu, but you can imagine anything contagious spreads through these guys like mad. It killed off the greenfinches in our bird tables decades ago. That is one sick old boy. Canada goose, not Canadian goose. Who lives here? So today's job, still repairing from the insurance or rather the fire. Dig out along here for a row of slabs to service the front of the dog run and storage area. Get rid of the spoil, sow a load of grass seed, so on and so forth. Still battling with the insurance. Hopefully it won't be a battle, but it shows that, yeah, they're not being too cooperative at the moment. So I'm cracking on and just getting stuff done, because that's how we do things here. Henry, he's weathering out, so he's getting to see a bit of action. Once he doesn't get too nervous, he can watch me work here. Some of the old stuff that's burnt, the rest I've got rid of now. I'll tell you more about that in the future. But today's job, a bit of digging, and then off to the Falconry Centre. Now, something I'm planning on doing here is have a bit of a change round, and it's a bit like Tetris, but what I really want to do is get this one and this one on top of this one. So we've got 6 foot, 6 foot, 6 foot, 6 foot, little one at the top there, and then over here we'll have this one, we'll have this one, and we'll have, yeah, I've forgotten, but a couple more in here stacked up to there, and also some exoterras up there. So slight change round, a whole bank of 6 foot here, and that will then free up space. This will be outdoors, configured with a new frontage. This whole space will actually have here from floor to ceiling 2.5 foot rack systems with 10 racks in each, which I use for bremating the animals in the cold in a barn. But I think here that'll give me room to grow on the small milk snakes and king snakes, which have much larger enclosures, because this is 2 foot by 1 foot. And same here, there's grey banded king snakes, 2.5 foot by 2 foot is a much bigger enclosure by 8 inches deep. So yeah, hopefully the whole reptile room is gonna have a makeover, and eventually these will be replaced by a large or 2 large bespoke enclosures, and eventually a corner unit across here for the Asian water monitor. So sort of 2 foot, 2 foot, maybe 4 foot back, and 6 foot high. These 4x2x2s are all pretty tired. So really over the next few years, I just want to revamp the reptile room and gradually rebuild bigger enclosures and newer ones. Just popped down to see Dad and Pete pike fishing. Henry's come for a bit of manning. Seen some strange dogs. They've had a drop run so far, nothing more. So, a lovely lad called Patrick, who I gave some creepy crawlers to a while back, has sent me a few of his male hissing cockroaches back, because he doesn't want to feed them to anything, but he's got too many. He's now separated them. His lovely mum Eva has. But yes, this is the most overpacked box of insects I've ever received from anybody. About a 20 quid packaging from you guys. So there's a heat pack in there to last 40 hours in case they got astray, loads of insulation, and a full-on living quarters for the creepy crawly critters. So I'm going to put those in with my hissing cockroaches for now, which are then going to have a complete change of enclosure. I'm actually going to go on mine from naturalistic to egg carton style, because there's quite a lot in there, and then any youngsters can be fed to the food, but I'm under strict instructions that no bearded dragon or anything else is to eat the prized adults that are in here. Thanks, Patrick. Here they are. Even got their own bug jelly pot in there to be going on with, and here's a load more that we made earlier. But I might change this around to a very different kind of setup. I'm not sure yet, but these guys, you've got to go and meet these guys.